Welcome to the video for the Floating Reviews and Testimonials plugin. The purpose of this plugin is to allow you to publish your reviews and or your testimonials on your website, because obviously these days we get reviews and testimonials from lots of different sources, from customers directly, maybe it's from Google or Facebook or various other review platforms. So this plugin allows you to present all of those different sources of reviews and the reviews themselves under one plugin and one pop-up that appears on your site. So we'll show you how that works. It's very, very simple, and I'll walk you through it now. So what you can see here is just a demo site, which we'll come back to in a second. But at the moment, you'll see that there is no sidebar button, which will appear when we activate this plugin. So at the moment, there's nothing there. So we'll just go back to, or go to WordPress, where you can see I've installed the plugin, just need to activate it, which I'll do now. And then in doing that, we've got a new option here that appears called Reviews. And underneath that, we have some options that we'll go through. So when you install the plugin, the first thing to do really, when you activate it, the first thing to do really is to start adding some reviews or testimonials. So we'll do a couple of those, and then we can see how that looks at the front end. So now I've clicked on the add a review. We're given a screen here where we can choose to either add a review or to add a testimonial. The primary difference between the two is that with a review, you can add a star rating to that review. So if it was from Google or Facebook and you got 4 or 5 stars, whatever it might be, then you can replicate that by choosing the number of stars that you were given for that particular review. So we'll go through this process a couple of times just so you can see how that works. So first thing we need to do is type in the reviewer's name. So let's go with just some demo details here. So we've got Clive James can be the reviewer's name. The date of the review can be whatever format you like. So in this case, I'll type it as April 2019, and we'll say that the review rating that we got was 4.5 out of 5. And the source, so we'll choose whichever source we got the review from. So let's say in this case it was from Google. And I've got a review that's already pre-typed up. So just for speed reasons, I'll paste that in. So the review content we put in there, that's the actual review itself. And then that's one review that's basically done. So we can publish that. Okay, so that's published. Now we're going to add a second one now, just so we can go through the process of adding a testimonial. So if I then choose the testimonial option, then we have our fields here to fill out. So the first one is testimonial giver's name. So I have a name here already, so let's just paste this in. So we've got, in this case, let's say it's from Sarah Wilson. The date of the testimonial, this time let's try doing it as a number format. So let's say it's, there we go. And then testimonial giver's company. So in this field, if the testimonial is from a person who works for a particular company and you want to show that company, then you can do that. Equally, you can also add in their job title if you want. So let's just do that so you can see. So let's say this, just pasting this in. So we've got operations manager, and let's say they're from Happy Biz Inc. Okay, so this is Sarah Wilson from who's the operations manager of Happy Biz Inc. Just as a demo, and then I'll paste in another piece of text here. So this is the testimonial that Sarah Wilson has left. So this is now a complete testimonial that we can publish. Okay, so that's done. So if I now go to all reviews, that will show us all the reviews that are currently published. I've already done some, so you can see there are several here already. And the ones that we've just published are here, Sarah Wilson and Clive James. Now, once we've got our reviews and testimonials published, we will want to update some options here just to make the plugin look and work in the way that we'd like it to. So if we go to options, then we've got various choices here we can make. So we can change bits of text, which I'll do later on. But initially, I'll just change a couple of things just to show you how it looks. So first of all, we've got a color picker here. We can choose the color for our button and our pop-up, but I have a color already pre-selected, which I can paste in here. The button style can either be square or rounded, so let's go with rounded to begin with, and it can either be left or right of the page, so we'll go with right for now. Whether or not to show the button on mobile, so let's show it on mobile for now, and we'll see how that looks. And then we'll change company name, so let's change that to okay, let's go with Acme Biz, and that's probably enough to change just for the most. We can see how that looks, so we'll save those changes. Now what we can do is go to the front end. So now you'll see, obviously, we've got our button that's appeared, fixed button that's appeared on the right-hand side, and that's a rounded, cornered button. So if I now mouse over that button, then we can see that the reviews and testimonials appear. The pop-up itself is also styled to match the same color as the button button color that we've chosen, as is the read more link. So if you've got more than 5 reviews or testimonials, then the read more link appears, and the visitor can click on that to present the next 5 and the next 5 and the next 5 and so on and so forth. So, and here we can see our information. So we've got Sarah Wilson is our, in this case, testimonial giver, the date of the testimonial, her job title, and the company name and the review itself. And here we have a review which is star rated. So this was Clive James, the date, 4.5 stars out of 5 from Google, and the review itself. Now, as you go and add reviews, then the average score of your reviews will be updated in the footer of the pop-up, as well as the star rating, and the star rating will also be updated in the button itself, depending on what your average score is for your stars. There's various other bits of text you can change here as well. So obviously we've changed the company name, but you can also change this subheading here to whatever you like. You can change the text in the button to something else, which we'll try in a second. And you can also change the text above the stars to something else if you want. Okay, so then we'll just see what it looks like on mobile. So if I just refresh the page, so what we have now is on mobile, the button appears on the right-hand side still, but it's now lower down the page. And if I scroll down the page, you'll see the button disappears on mobile. And if I scroll back up, it reappears. So that's just to allow your visitors to easily consume your content as they are reading down your page, but as they go back up, the button reappears. So if they then tap on that button, then it presents your reviews and testimonials. And actually I didn't show you. So if we click on the read more, then it just presents the next 5 reviews and testimonials, and so on and so forth. So okay, so let's go back to full screen. Now, if we go back to WordPress, we'll just make a few more changes just to show you how it can look when we've got some different styling changes made. So the button text was or is customer comments. So let's change that to something else. Let's call that feedback just for now, just something a bit different. This time we'll change it to, let's go with a green color. And let's go with a square button, and we'll put it to the left. We've already changed the company name, so let's not. So then the subheading, let's make it consistent with the the subheading. Let's make it consistent with the button. So let's call it customer feedback, and we'll change the font, something a bit different. So let's go with a serif font. So let's go with Laura. So we'll publish that, and then see how that looks at the front. So now we've got in this case, a fairly lurid green button, which in this case doesn't really match the styling of the site, but you get the point of how it can change. So Okay, and that's all fairly sort of straightforward. So again, the link is updated in terms of its color and the styling. This style of the button has changed. The text on the button has changed. The subheading has changed, etc., etc. And the same applies then if we go to mobile. The button will then appear on the left-hand side in this case, and if we tap on it on mobile, then it appears on the left-hand side of the page. So let's just go back one more time. So if you want to try, in terms of styling, something a bit more neutral, let's say. So let's go with something that's perhaps, let's go with like a grey. Let's go with rounded again. Right, we'll try another font. Let's go with Railway. Let's just try that. Okay, so now we have the button back on the right-hand side, rounded button. This time it's just in more of a neutral grey. And if we hover over that, then again, it's all styled to match the grey. And obviously you can choose whichever colours you like to match your site. And that's essentially it. So I hope that's been useful just to see how the plugin works. And I hope you enjoy it. Thanks very much.